Good morning, everybody. Another wonderful day. Look at that, I'm even squinting. Isn't that awesome? We were told it was cloudy here. Apparently not every day. It's a beautiful day today. We have to do our immigration start. We're going to start our paperwork process today, and also we have our medical checks to do. I don't know all that entails, blood work, urine, I don't know, whatever else. Pretty normal stuff. Actually, going through the photo album years ago when we immigrated to Canada, it was the same thing. There was 12 little jars of urine in one of the photographs. I'm assuming my mother or my father took before we immigrated to Canada. So it's pretty standard stuff, but still has to get done. And we're pretty excited about it because it just means we're getting one step closer to reality and to integrating into this wonderful country. So I believe this is the right building. We could be wrong, but this is the address we were given. There's a whole bunch of other people waiting here as well. So we're not alone. And yeah, like I said, look at that. Absolutely wonderful, clear sky. Then we notice there's this beautiful building here as well. A little chapel, church. Cross. So we're in for a surprise. I have no idea what to expect, but any one of you watching that is going to come to this country and want to move here is going to face the same things. So hopefully we can give you some insights into that, and yeah, just kind of share that process and that journey with you so you know what to expect. For us, it's all pretty new. We've never seen anybody experience this stuff, although like I said, my own immigration story into Canada when I was a child. So, you know, there's some similarities there, and of course I've spoken with some other people who have immigrated here. But for the rest, yeah, we don't really know what we're going to see today. We'll find out together. You don't need to dance. You can dance if you want to. You have any idea what's going to happen today? You do? A little bit? Yeah. Are you excited? It's not that exciting, is it? It is kind of, because it's one step closer. Yeah. Right? So that part's exciting, but like as far as going to a doctor or whatever we're doing now, that's not super exciting. Yeah. And they're going to poke you with a little needle for some blood, probably.
I've had it before.
You can cry now.
I've had it before. So.
Have you? So you're not too worried about it? There you go. This guy's not. He's tough as nails right there.
Not even paying attention.
Finley.
He's a Russian guy.
You say, I'm tough as nails.
Yeah.
Yeah. He calls this his Russian toque. Right? Russian flag.
We got our little booties on. It's kind of neat. They put these on so we keep the floor nice and clean.
Yeah, you are.
They look like skis on you, bud. Yeah, they look like skis.
Yeah.
What do you got, Cora?
Bucket.
Little present.
Yeah, I hand them out.
Are you excited about using your present?
Not really.
No. At least I'm grateful we didn't have to do it for these guys.
He's excited.
Because that would have took a long time.
Now you pay. ЛГБТ. Кто ограничен.
Oh man, what a day. So I didn't film a whole lot in there because it's inside medical office and stuff. Basically, blood work, urine samples, x-rays of our chest, just the oldest three. So my wife, Anneesa, myself, and Cora, for checking for tuberculosis. For the rest of the children under that age group, they need to do it with a test. I'm not familiar with it. Anneesa seemed to understand, but they put something in your skin. We're going to go over that on Wednesday, and then at 72 hours later, they see what happens to the skin. I'm sure somebody on here knows about it. Check the comments. Very routine, standard thing. What else did we do? Piles of paper, tons and tons and tons and tons of paper. And then from there to another office where we officially applied for quota, or filled in the paperwork for quota. So as far as I know, that's all done now. They have to add the medicals to it yet, I guess. So yeah, lots done. It's evening now. I think it's 5 or 6 o'clock now at night, 5 o'clock. So we're on our way back again. Finley was so tired, fell asleep in the ride. Been a long day. We're extremely hungry. We haven't had lunch. We left the house at I forget, 10 o'clock or something like that. So we are on our way back. The first taxi's there. We're taking 3 separate taxis because we don't have a vehicle, so we can't fit anywhere, and they don't seem to have minivan taxis, so we have 3 separate car taxis. Anyway, it is what it is. Can't walk. So the first taxi's there already. I'm in the last one. The second taxi should be almost there, and then we'll be all done.
That's an igloo. We got an igloo.
Look at this.
I destroyed pizza.
Normally we have to get lots of pizzas because they're not big enough, but these are massive pizzas.
I can eat a whole thing. Look how big this pizza is.
Is it yummy?
Good afternoon / evening. It's kind of evening. So Dobry Din. I have no idea what evening is. Welcome. You know what evening is? Oh, Vici? No. Dobry. Yeah, Dobry Vici. I don't know. I'm not that far in my Russian lessons. But while we're on that subject, yesterday I met another viewer, Michal, or Michael, for us English-speaking folks. Met me and wanted to share. So this guy has never left Russia. He's been in Russia his whole life. And I was like, I almost thought he grew up in England maybe. He had an English accent to his English. Like he spoke English very, very well. So if you're listening, Michal, good job. And he had like an English accent to him. Like, but he's never left Russia. He learned by listening to audio files in English. And also some rock bands that he was really fans of, and they were all from England, I guess. So picked up an English accent just by doing it. I thought that was amazing. He says he also speaks Spanish and of course Russian. Now the main thing is he shared these files with me. It's the second person that has shared something like that, and basically you can listen to them over and over and over. Be more than willing to share that with anyone else coming from the West at some point that needs instruction. I can't emphasize that enough. That is a big hindrance, is not knowing the language. And I mean, anybody with a degree of common sense obviously knows that is going to be a challenging feature to successfully integrating here in society. If your plan is to come here and...
We were naive.
Hey?
I said we were naive on that a little bit.
A little bit, yep.
Like, we knew it was going to be a challenge. We just didn't realize how much of a challenge. Like I was just telling Aaron the other day, we were at a building, government building, and I needed to use the washroom. And on the door said the names, male and female, but I couldn't remember which one was which. So I didn't know which one to use. So it was, obviously, it's really, really challenging. All those simple little things you don't think of, right?
Now, if you're in America, that don't matter anymore, because apparently it's free for all in the bathrooms. But in our world, that still matters. Anyway, little things like that, day to day. We were warned, of course, we were told repeatedly before coming, that's the biggest thing you got to do, learn the language. And I'm going to tell you guys the same thing. Learn the language as much as you can. Practice that. We started with alphabet, little stuff. Started with little phrases like Dobry Din, Privyet, and Strastvitche. I'm learning that one now.
Duolingo is a really good...
Duolingo, yeah, great app on your phone. You can learn a lot from it. And then your kids, so lots of kids' cartoons we were told about. That's a good one as well.
Yeah,
we're not huge on cartoons. We find that a lot of them portray poor behavior to the children. So we prefer to stay away from that. But there is a lot of great cartoons out there that are not modern. They're not filled with, you know, the issues that we have today. So, but learn the language. It's a good one. And listening to it, we're extremely busy now. Way busier than we thought we were going to be because YouTube's gotten so big and just everything going on. So it's challenging for us to take a course. And listening to this would be a great way of kind of passively picking up language. Of course, we're still hoping to do more courses and learning more as we go, but I can't stress that enough. Like if you're planning on coming here and just maintaining your own language, hanging out in your own bubble of English speaking people, it's not going to work. Oh, it might, but I doubt you'll be. Yeah, if you're going to come here just to work for somebody, it might work, but if you're coming here to run a successful business, it needs to be done in the native language, and we were aware of that. Just it takes time, and you know, you got to implement. You got to set apart the time, I guess, to do it. So if you have the time now, start working on that. Anyway, I really appreciate it that he shared those audio files with me. I got them from him this morning, and now I'll start listening to them. Hopefully, as we have time. Just blown away by the great selection of produce that they carry here. Great variety, nice fresh looking stuff. You know, sometimes you get to a place and they don't look that great. Like this is yummy. No shortage of fruit. Always lots to eat. Nuts. That's nuts. Ha, ha, ha. Still not brave enough to try fish. You want some fish, Mama? Hey? We're just not big fish eaters, eh?
We should be.
We had some the other day at somebody's house and it was yummy.
Yeah, we should be. We should be, but.
But we're not.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know how to cook it to taste good.
That, and thankfully, the good Lord made lots of beef, pork, and chicken. This is a pretty small store, but we're just going to discuss one thing here, is bulk. Most stores we've seen, we don't find diapers in larger packages than this. 56, 52. And you have to be careful watching because anybody that knows the language isn't a problem, but some of these are pants and some of these are diapers. So we've come home with pants a few times. Back home, we would get a diaper box with what, 150 diapers in it?
Yeah,
probably?
It depends on the size. Yeah.
That would be normal for us. And then baby wipes, they have those, yeah, right here. Baby wipes, they come in single packages here. And we would buy them in a box with, what do you think is in a box back home? 20?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe 20 packages of this?
But they're usually bigger than this, like they're thicker too.
Right, so it's not a huge issue, and that's not a complaint, but it's something that for large families, if you're the family, might be something to look into. Obviously, when you only have 1 or 2 kids, you're not going to want to necessarily buy a box with 150 diapers in it. But for us, I know
that's my biggest. I guess something I miss from back home.
bulk.
Like not home, but just in general, having a house, having a place to call a home,
And
right?
lots of excess
Having,
in the pantry.
yeah, having a bulk or extra food.
Yeah, we'd often buy like weeks in advance, right?
Yeah, so now we're like buying it day to day almost, right?
Right.
And I'm the type of person.
No, we're not using 50 diapers in a day.
No,
thankfully,
but like with our food supply,
Yeah.
right? So like we come almost every day to get something, and that just to me, that's just
Not our style.
No, because
No.
you spend more that way.
you would have like 3,000 jars of food in your pantry as an
Yeah,
example.
like I would definitely.
We'd store up for the whole
stock
winter,
up,
so
right?
that the idea would be that we wouldn't have to go buy anything. So.
Yeah, on a
So,
regular.
I know the one area we lived in for a while, they didn't used to have a lot of bulk either, and then a lot of Mennonite families moved in, big families, probably on average 6-7 kids per family, and the same request was made basically. So the grocery store started, yeah, they had lots of bulk items after that, and that's nice for larger families anyway. It saves you a lot of money for one. I know it's more up front, but it lasts longer and it's cheaper per item if you can buy it in larger quantities. So maybe something like that exists here. Again, drop her down in the comments. What were you saying?
I said that some people have told us that they feel like Russian people are always miserable. I don't feel that way at all. I feel like since the moment we got here, they're always so nice and friendly and got chocolate in my teeth.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Anyway,
you think it's just because they know us?
No, before anybody knew us on the media or any of that, I found it was the same way. I feel like we're like in Canada where everybody's like, oh, you know, excuse me, pardon me, holding doors for each other, smiling at each other, socializing. I don't feel like we're...
No different.
No, and the only time I
haven't heard anybody say excuse me or sorry.
Yeah. No, they might, but it's in a different language.
Yes.
But I feel like a lot of times when people don't talk to me or don't give me eye contact or don't want to associate with me, it's because they don't know the language.
Right.
So like they'll hear me speak English.
They're not being deliberately rude. They're
they'll
just
hear
like,
me speak English, and then all of a sudden it's like you could tell they're like, oh, please don't talk to me because you know I won't know what to say to you, and you know, and I'm the same way. A lot of times like I'll walk into the store and I'm like, oh, please don't look at me, please don't talk to me because I don't know how to converse with you, and you know, somebody finally says something to me, I'm like, I don't know, right? So I think it's just a mutual thing, but I don't feel they're very miserable or whatever most Western people say about Russians.
That's right. You have it, folks. That's first-hand account from a woman doing shopping at the local Spar. The Russians are not big, bad, mean bullies out to get you, wearing bearskin suits, gonna jump out of the bushes. They don't do that. It's all good. It's a very friendly nation.
What are you playing with? Are you standing?
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind?
Very strong man. Smile face.
Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand. Hey darling, I love it when it's me and you, on the road with a couple of tunes in a car for two. Hey darling, you know we're gonna have a really good time, driving in the middle of the night when the stars are bright.